This is the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
From 98.1 CHFI Studios in Toronto, Canada.
Hey Toronto, this is Ed Sheeran.
This is Kelly Clarkson.
Hi, this is Bryan Adams.
This is Adele.
This is Madonna.
It's Michael Bublé, and you're listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep Show. It's fun. They're amazing.
Good morning. So I'm heading out of town this weekend, and normally when I head out of town, I drop my dog Coffee at my mom's. However, my mom dropped this on me last night. We're talking on the phone, and she's like, you know what? Why don't I just move into your condo for the weekend instead? I'm like, oh. Because I'm like, doesn't come downtown often. I thought she was joking, but she was serious. And my thought on the phone was, oh, fun. Mom's going to get to live the downtown life for a weekend. I was like, great,
Why
Mom.
not? Yeah.
As soon as I disconnected the line, I was filled with immediate panic and anxiety as a wave of thoughts started flowing into my head.
Like what kind of thoughts? Like I don't make my bed and my mom's going to see that?
I'm going to change the sheets, make it all fresh, put out fresh towels for her, clean up a little bit. That part's good. That part's lovely. I'm like turning my place into a little hotel for my mom.
Okay.
The panic and the anxiety was born out of, well, condos are pretty small, right? It's not like a house. There's no basement to hide stuff away. It's like your teenage bedroom when you lived at home. It's pretty hard to hide things when you're just basically living in one room.
Hide things? Like what?
Well, I love my mom, but there's just certain things you don't want your mom to see that you might have in your
candle
possession.
collection? Because you have a lot of candles, a lot of scented candles.
Do you have a lot of candles? No, not the candles, just things, Pooch. I'm a grown man. There's things.
Like your dirty laundry?
No, not the dirty laundry, guys. As a man, there's just certain things in the home. As you live your life as a single guy.
Like what?
Just like things in bedside drawers that maybe I'm going to have to take and put in a bag and hide somewhere in my condo that my 5'2" mom can't reach.
Okay, but that's going to take 2 seconds. It's not like you're Christian Grey.
No, I got to mom-proof my condo. I'm Diet Christian Grey. I'm Christian Grey Lite, okay? And there are certain things that I'm going to have to put away. And in my head, I'm like, have I got all of them? This is what I was doing last night after I got off the phone. I'm like, have I thought of everything? Is there anything under the bed? Is there anything in certain drawers that I haven't? Like, is she going to dig around and snoop?
Well, how long have you been living on your own now?
15 years.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, there's probably things you don't even think about.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If she does find something, just be like, it was part of a Halloween costume.
What?
Just be like, we went out, it was dress up.
That was the year I was a policeman.
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
Gurdeep had mentioned that his mom is staying at his condo this weekend, and you were afraid of all sorts of things.
The snooping around.
And guess who was listening to the show?
The one morning, I'm hoping my mom's not listening. This is the danger with having a morning show. She usually listens. I thought maybe she'd be out of her routine. She texted me just now, 3 minutes ago, and she said, promise I will not be snooping around in your condo. Don't sweat. And I went, haha, it was just a joke, Mom. Then she sent 2 heart emojis, and then she followed it up with, but who is Christian Grey? Do not Google Christian Grey.
Oh, dear. We better move on.
The Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
from 98.1 CHFI.
We listen and we don't judge.
It's spring. Why are your Christmas lights still up?
People still have their Christmas lights up?
Yeah, I actually counted on my way in just to see, like, on my street and a couple of the streets that I was passing on my drive in this morning. I counted 7.
7 homes still have their light. When you say up, like you mean like on?
On.
They had their Christmas lights up and on.
Yes, and in one of them, like the inflatables were still up, like Santa.
No, you're lying.
Reindeer, little gifts. Yes. I know.
That would make me think those people like aren't home and they're on like an extended vacation.
I don't know. And look, I think that it's understandable that maybe the lights are still up, right? Because in this weather, who's taking them down? I get that part, that they're up, but why are they still on?
On is egregious. Like that makes no sense. Like why are your... You see, I live downtown. I'm surrounded by condos. I'm thinking of it. On my drive into work, I don't actually pass a single house. So I don't see this very much. Listen, January, your lights are still up. I'll give that to you. It's fine. You're in the afterglow of Christmas. I get it. Still up on Valentine's Day. I think that's really pushing it. But now it's a whole different season. We're in spring.
Yeah.
It's late March. This is, to me, 3 strikes and you're out. There's no way your Christmas light should still be up.
Don't get me wrong, it still brings
And
me
on.
joy. Like I look at it and it makes me happy. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe it boils down to just bringing them joy and
Like a half-inflated Santa and like a leaned-over Rudolph. Like that's bringing you joy?
well, like my kids will still yell out Santa, and I'm like, and he's at the North Pole,
You're like, yeah,
and
Santa's-
he's just visiting every now and then.
Santa's currently on a vacation.
Yeah, exactly. Producer Steph, do you see it on your street?
Yeah, down my street, there's a couple
Really?
houses still, and they're like
Yes.
the bright, colorful lights. And I'm like, okay, again, I know it still looks really cute, and it snowed last night, so
did?
I get it. But it's spring, like it's officially spring. Like, take out your Easter eggs and put the spring wreaths out, and stop making it snow.
Put out a Cupid for Valentine's Day. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you guys something. Because again, you guys are in houses. If you're out walking the kids, or you're walking the dog,
We don't walk our kids.
Walk the
don't you take them to the park and stuff? Don't you walk the kids?
I also take a little doggy bag with me just in case.
Just in case they poop.
This is a whole other issue.
Walking the kids.
Oh dear.
Okay.
We listen. We
If
don't
you're-
judge.
If you're out walking the kids or
Yeah.
walking the dog, and like this person is coming out of their house, the house with the lights on, and you kind of do the little head nod, like, "Hey, do you say something? Do you say like, hey,
No.
Oh, like do you make a
No.
comment?
No.
No, not like in a mean way. Are you like, oh, so you got the Christmas lights still up? Like, do you try to engage to sort of
No.
just get an understanding?
No,
I don't like confrontation.
And I
not
think
a conversation,
it might
in a
turn
nice
into
way.
it.
it could. It could. They could feel like you're judging them. And that's why we started this with we listen and we don't judge, because this is not coming from a place of judgment. I'm just really trying to understand, like,
Can we-
what is the logic?
Can we change it to we listen and we judge just a little bit?
Because I still have my Christmas lights up, but they're not on because
That's
it's still
fine.
dangerous to take them off.
Yes,
they're a pain to take
right,
down.
but don't turn them on.
Why are they still on?
Because these things are automatic timers. Just turn off the automatic timer.
Oh, that might be the case. That could explain
But that's
it.
just lazy. Turn it. That's probably an app on your phone.
I'm thinking this. If you are one of those people who still have them up and on, okay, not just that they're up, but they're on, can you call us? Like, no judgment. I just have some questions, some follow-up questions. I want to get into the mindset of what's going on.
Yeah, a little bit of judgment maybe from me.
Well, no, because we listen.
We listen and we don't judge.
Thank you.
Asterisk. Read the fine print.
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
We
listen and we don't judge.
Andy in Brampton, you still got your Christmas lights on?
Yeah, because I leave them on for like the Leaf game
Oh.
and any kind of like different kinds of seasons, right?
Okay, so even though they're your Christmas lights, are they like white or are they colored lights?
Blue and white maybe for the Leafs?
Well, I can change the colors on them with the app.
Oh.
So Leafs and Rangers last night, did you have the lights on last night for the game, blue and white?
Yes, I did.
Wow.
So there's
Okay.
always an occasion. Like on Monday, did you have them like green for St. Patrick's Day?
No, I didn't.
You missed a real opportunity there, Andy.
Yeah, I know, big one.
But see, look, this is then the opposite of lazy. It's not that, oh, I was too lazy to take them down and turn them off. This is, I'm actually dedicated to putting them on for certain events.
And you're saying there's always something to celebrate. So like Valentine's Day, did you have them red and white?
Yes, I did.
Are you lying?
You're like the CN Tower. You change it with every event.
Andy, thank you so much for explaining. I have a better understanding. Thank you.
Andy, what's the next event
Yeah.
you're going to have them on for? The next like festive thing you're going to have them on for?
Well, for the cup.
When we win the cup in June.
That's right.
Okay. I like it.
I mean, you forgot Easter and other things, but it's fine. It's
Andy's
fine.
grounded in reality, and so am I. I like this. Thanks, Andy.
No problem.
Anyone else think Andy's lying to us?
I was trying to understand, Andy, and I was coming from a place of understanding. You were coming from a place of skepticism.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh, so you had him on for Valentine's Day? He's like, no. Yeah, the St. Patrick's Day? No. What festive events?
Gurdeep, we listen and we don't
I think
judge.
I'll be honest, I think I'm judging.
We listen and we don't judge. Chris in Woodbridge, you tell us, what's the reason?
So I have to confess I am, and it's only recently because I actually got a house. So I wanted to, for Christmas, kind of make it look more Christmassy and all that kind of stuff. And I know you're supposed to take it down, but I kind of have the feeling right now in this kind of world and day and age, it's kind of nicer just to have something friendly, like
Aw.
Christmassy. Like it kind of like makes me remember a nicer time of the year.
Oh, that's so
For me,
nice.
it kind of like, yeah, for me, it kind of looks nice, makes me feel happy, you know?
Okay, so your lights are maybe going to be on 365 days a year. It makes you feel good, maybe bring some joy to the neighborhood. That's the approach?
Well, it might not bring joy to the neighborhood by judging how you guys feel about it.
Right. It brings joy to you. That's really all that matters.
Yeah, it does.
And like, you see lights, you feel happy.
It's true. I will admit, I saw 7 on my drive in, but they all made me happy. They didn't make me angry.
Yeah, it might get a little weird in like July when Chris is firing them up at like 10 p.m. But listen, we won't know till we get there, Chris. And congratulations on being a homeowner.
Thank you. At that point, they just become 4th of July or Canada Day lights,
There you go.
It's always 5 o'clock somewhere. Chris, thanks for the call, buddy. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
The Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
This is the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
Did you see this? It's playing on all the major news outlets. The Prime Minister, Mark Carney, got on the ice yesterday with the Edmonton Oilers.
I did, and
Was
I was
skating around.
very, very fearful for him and his safety.
Me too. And every camera is trained on him. He knows it's playing all over the country. And he's probably just thinking don't fall.
Yeah.
Don't fall, because the Conservative Party will take this. They'll turn it into a political ad.
Oh my goodness, for sure they would.
Sneaky Mark Carney doesn't know how to skate. Is he really Canadian? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's usually the way it goes, and that's so much pressure.
Also, did you see his skates? Is he? I think the Prime Minister got his skates from the 1920s.
So there you go. He was fine. He's been on skates for a very long time, and he's very capable.
I need to know why he can't get modern skates. He's the Prime Minister. The Oilers probably could have hooked him. Connor McDavid was probably like, hey, here, you want some skates?
You know what? Maybe they'll use that in an attack ad as well. Be like, can't even afford nice skates.
His skates are from World War I.
He's going to help us with our economics.
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
It's Memory Day, and we thought we would put our memory and your memory to the test.
It's too early. It's too early.
This is how it's going to work. Producer Stef is going to read us a story. It's a short story, and then ask us follow-up questions and see how good our memory is.
I don't like it, but let's give it a shot.
Okay, and I also just want to remind you, we did this same story last year.
I think, honestly, I think your memory's off. I think it was 2 years ago.
Well, you should know
remember
the
it.
answers regardless. Okay?
Okay.
Are you ready? Mm-hmm. So here's your little short story.
Nope.
Okay. Yep. In a mystical, enchanted forest, a brave white squirrel named Sir Reginald Nutmeg embarked on a quest to find the lost acorn of wisdom. Along the way, he encountered mischievous fairies, towering trees, troublesome gnomes, and a friendly brown rabbit named Aaron of Thumpsworth. With teamwork and determination, they braved dark caves and crossed sparkling streams until finally, under the shimmering moonlight, they discovered the mystical acorn, granting them knowledge and friendship forever. The end.
Okay. I feel like I retained that.
Okay, I got 4 questions. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay.
What kind of streams did they cross?
Were they sparkling?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow!
Good job, Pooch.
2 years ago, we got 0.
No, I think it's 0.
Okay.
Okay. They were on a quest to find the lost acorn of what?
Acorn of wisdom.
Yes. Wow.
Wow, we're doing better.
That's
Retaining
the
it
one
from-
detail I remembered. I heard one thing, I'm going to hang on to this and not try to retain everything else, and it was acorn of wisdom.
Wow. Our ginkgo biloba is kicking in.
Can
Okay.
we quit now and take the $64,000 question? No? Okay.
No. Pooch, what was the squirrel's first name?
Oh, come on. Some sort
Oh, it
of...
was something dirty.
What?
Can I get-
Was
can I-
it
can I-
Thumpworth?
Yeah, it was dirty.
Wigglesworth or...
Yeah,
That was the rabbit.
Sir Reginald Thumpsworth.
Oh, that was no. You're mixing the rabbit and the squirrel
Oh,
together.
am I?
Yeah,
Am I?
you
Sorry.
are.
What was the name?
His name, the squirrel's name, was Sir Reginald Nutmeg.
Oh, Nutmeg, yes.
And the
Half a-
rabbit was Aaron of Thumpsworth.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I said Sir Thumps a lot.
But
point.
but I asked you about the squirrel.
makes a lot.
I didn't ask you about the bunny. I asked you about the squirrel.
Why did you turn him into Baby Got Back?
Because I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Okay, and the last one.
No.
The acorn granted them friendship and what else?
Knowledge.
Yeah. Wow. See? What? Imagine if we do this next year. You'll get them all right.
This is us walking out of the casino, quitting while we are ahead.
Exactly. Let's
End
leave it
game.
at that.
Finn.
thanks for listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
Listen to Pooja and Gurdeep live weekday mornings from 5 to 9.
Only on 98.1 CHFI.
Toronto's perfect music mix.